platform apraman ani apa ni pompa yi so the platform the cardinal nana YAW KESSEH sonsontwe sontwi asonsentwe ani nsentwitwi a ekọ batakọ braman esinukoso ato apetia mantemfi asansa krokotiako the platform sunie asisi nkonnwa asisi adwa amatra nkonnwa atrenufua bra nana YAW KESSEH the cardinal tiadwam ewo peace 104.3 FM so the platform odoso puo ade doso ensempudiom amanyosam abrabom nsam asetirem nsam ani amansa hodo so nsam ani se hodo bi ade a ani ne hia nana YAW KESSEH the cardinal wanina pamfo our the platform dwumadie so wo peace 104.3 FM edwada ni ukwada nwumre biada efri no nwotwekopim nondu the platform ewo peace FM ensam asisie de aba de akro ani de yatia ni de yehunu ni nyina ne ne wudi na apreto ani ne sombi na yansiai na banu so a emia the platform chire wadwene bi Ghana ya my Ghana
Ghana this year mamunyina jo anwumre nso bie masumdwe fie peace 104.3 na masuguso amutie ene eye joada ohwomre no a no nwotwe abo pa ho meet aduasa miensa pepepe ejoada eni ukoda no nwotwe ka sebo no kugu a na woni tu asa platform ebre enaso ede babesom wo Champions League ni honko a dia platform bebo makwa anwumre yi yesinkonwa ye babetwetwe nkomo ede afa Ghana ho se na nwumtuni ni kan no se Ghana be you se enye you eye mene wa ntimiso mu bi na waso mu bi na Ghana afa ne ntoma pa ede efira enu nti ena dwumadi ye de hihye so yi wonso ka ho bi wakonya wom enu nti empinfo chekere wona adwen no na nia wonso adwen kire wo no wonso wo de aba wo de no wo de ko Facebook no so peace 104.3 dwumadi ni live wadwen kire na watwere ne kama tiawa na odi ato ho nye sanso a WhatsApp line 0556 700 0556 700 na odi afa ho ebetumu a yebeken kan de amawo na emo mudi wadwenche no fa WhatsApp a ensa fa nkofa Facebook no so ebasa na foforo de ntimi nkan ento de fa WhatsApp a manenka ho de fa Facebook a manenka ho de betumu a ya jebre na yaken kan de amawo sanse dwumadie ye ne wo ena edie ba bia oti ye nka nwumere bi a ncha soronko enko enfama radio stations a mukuta dwumadie mu eboa na Ghana forward chichi ene benche wo nyina no wonya bietie no aseda soronko ene de mamu nyina mo nso mo bedwone wo Facebook no so no mo nso mo kan ho bi ye chia mo pa aseda soronko enko emfa emamo mo nyina mo kan ho bi ene dwumadie yi ehyema na anwumere ye nsema dabo maso ebedi ho enkomo enkane Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama opanyini na etu franka ediama ND Samonyukuo opanyini bontoa ewo Ghana eye building Ghana tour na wofiribuno wawuremu ewo TV form na opanyini ne Ghana fo akase chirim se teacher license exams no se Ghana fo to about the manual obetwam senia edusanfo bi esre no se wo ba wonyemfa mo no anwumre yi ye bedi sansam no honkomo eko bi chirim se ebeboa eko bi su chirim se da bi ye de fa ho no mo a enkonkoboa sen na wadwen kire wo anwumre ye bedi honkomo afi na wotwetwa mu ena fotonsanfo my Ghana komasika afimpenu ene adunu na idea no okodi ho enkomo okosane mu ho nsem yeguso a yedie nyanwie ye anwumre yi ye beka ho asem na 24 economy no anwumre ye no so ye beka ho asem na ensem ipie ye no ene Ghana fo kire wona adwen de fa ho pa wona wo kire se yinsusu ye pa ebisu kire m se da bi na Ghana no 24 ne de se ekoso dada ene biaye kro no abra dodo na wo ho no mu a adwuma koso 24/7 enu nti na wodi bai fofora eye ene sen amanfo dodo na kasa de fa ho pa ene Uru Fred Thompson show ni sha ase but wa sha ase dada 24 economy no wa kire na adwen da fa ho pa anwumre yi wo beti opanyine no enka na abedwafo anwumre yi ye no mo twetwe nkomo eye chairman Bismarck Bobby Aite opanyine eye chairman ayawaso West Wogon Obeka Sadiama ND Samonyukuo no Uru Fred Kwajo Thompson opanyine yankane na wo kwankire for National Investment Bank obegina mu ediama wo sono kokroko amanyukuo NPP na anwumre ya no mo atwetwe nkomo na YAW KESSEH de Cardinal watena se dada ebetwe ho batawiye ba enkomo twetwe bi frase na pamfo yeboa na dwumadi de abesom wo Patricia Sefa Fisher Elizabeth Jean Samuel Apia Prince Bafwa Samuel Heriminka ena Man Sadat nyina ye ka ho bi ena anwumre the platform platform ye de ba be som wo me saka wo sedwumadie wo kan ho bi na hyema nto adwen kyerɛ de fa Facebook aba ye be kan wo de fa WhatsApp 0556700700 nso a ye be kan ne mu de fa WhatsApp a ensan fa Facebook ho no mo ne yetima kenkan dodo na edi amamo ne sei na dwumadie no ebekɔ enu nto adwen kyerɛ no obetumi de aba ye twa ho bataw ye ba de nana yaw kɛse de cardinal watena se nkomotwetwe e bi frase ha ye peace 104.3 ye twa ho abasisi ya
Baby, baby, Abwagana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, the Feminoro. So, baby, Abwagana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, the Feminoro.
The platform, Apramen, and your party Pompeiso. The platform. The Cardinal Nana YAW KESSEH Son Ason Sentwie Anin Sentwie Eko Batako Bramai Sinukoso Atwa Petiaman Temfi Asansa Krokotiako the platform Suni Asisin Kondo Asisi Adwa Amatran Kondo Atrenufua Bra Nana YAW KESSEH The Cardinal Tiedwam Ewo Peace 104.3 FM so the platform Odoso Puyo Adi Doso Ensempudium Amanyosam Abrabomunsam Asitramunsam Ani Amansa Hoduaso ani se wudu obi adia ani ne hia na ya kese the cardinal woni na pamfo our the platform dwumadie so wo peace 104.3 FM eduada ni wukwada numre biada efri no nwotwekopim nondu the platform wo peace FM ensamo asisie de aba de akro ani de yatia ni de yehunu ni nyina ne wudi na apreto ani ne sombi na yensiai na banu so a emia the platform chire wadwene bi Ghana ya my Ghana.
Batana, Yamiesha no da, Wamanu near my penny nala, na Wamanodo. Eyasa se Batana, Empe Oku, Egia Hokueni, Negi Fabias Yasubia, India Seminal said, Yasum Gane, Anya Sapa, Dachin Chirima, Ebabe Woyan, Minia, Susu Baby.
I was young, Mamma Jo, Edamasi, says Abrian, Nongotri. Upon Smedia, San Connections, Osha, Casmedu Nubako, na abo non cron peace 104.3. Radio stations are mode if you did not to say na man for 80 platform. Yadamasipa, some other room, Mama amount for 80 yanka. Na yen yata say our ship house as a dear. Na yaba won't come out a fat Ghana home. When him say a Brennan Sansubio. Do sabre say anamanyofo no we kan we anya de we ye ne ohwan kebe ni yi achen sei na me no say am say 2024 election no enkonkoye usual we ba no aba bi twa bi agumu a we sana osi o na political talk we dem meboa o converting as meboa na meboa ntimo fa nche me ye ntwen ma converting oboa ye be che wanza na wadu vetting ase isi ano ne nkomo a 2024 ye nyina yebedie say obi kan asem a politician no be kan asem a ye be subject to street proof kire kwan be fa so obeye no enye se o kan keke kan no on say so mo ye no mo ye lose argument aka si ena da binye ho bia Madam Bako, Prophet Gospel, or say, this one is not matter. You, Prof, good evening. This is not matter. No. You will tell us how you will do it. Give us step by step. Where you are tackling it from. You will na the chairman best mark Bobby okay. No cre ne dia no eto asumu pa na Alfred Kojo Thompson ne dia no nto asumu ana se Alfred Kojo Thompson dia no eto asumu pa abawom Bestmark abobia ite dia no chema dia no nzuo nhye danim mo na mbaye za decision no na ye de ebeboa mo na Moses agina no going into 2024 the platform in your friend Nana YAW KESSEH wait me friend the Cardinal Patricia Sefa Fisher Elizabeth Ejin Prince Bafo Asamoah asewo ena Henry Kwesi Minka Samuel Apia and a man Sadat. Omna Shisha Namidi Hochame. And you may what me penny for me no mobile you made that chairman Besmark Abobiaite. I have also West Wogon constituency chairman NDC. Or say a fear Denya 2024 Obadia Kunyano and the FMPP for 70 anti Lydia Onyina chairman Obadia Kunyano from some simple crati. Honorable Lydia Sayram Al Hassan or Sigina Yikran or Jenintem. Alfred Kojo Thompson, former Deputy Managing Director, National Investment Bank, and or member of the MPP's communication team, Eranom and Atnase. But and then Commander Opronson and they say, Mampeni that John Dramani Mahama says, Yamiana Domino Sabegana Mampenia, licensure exams, Ubichum, part I don't know. Licensure exams, no, Obabichum. Na oma yes sir licensure exam no biom oko training college we teacher ni we simple and teacher enti no
Yaka wan sem dada 2020 and to assume say enye say wo hwe colleges of education no ade a omo kire nkwada no enru ebebia e wo say eduru a e wo say wo yahu bibi na omutimi eye omo exams no mu pie eye den na nkwada on Beba Training College 4 years. No mature exam. Afibia mature exam. Afibia mature exam. A drew 4th year, no mature final exam. No more pass it. Ya pass it, we are just on my teacher for no. No, as Waka say, almost a mature exam, bibium, and son of my Joma to be some teacher for. Ain't yet there, see a bar, licensure exam, no, you be year free. Near share your bay and making sure say Nipa Bia or Beko College of Education obey you know nature say or your teacher ni akukudam or your teacher ni onim mejuna e was obey.
Eno number 1 enti so your teacher ni akwa entity area anya licensure and you be determine say we teacher ni pamcho for the avoidance of doubt o my interview.
Licensure exams, you can want them 2020 and to assume say enye say wo hwe colleges of education no ade a omo kire nkwada no enru ebebia e wo say eduru a e wo say wo yahu bibi na omutimi eye omo exams no mu pie eye den na nkwada on Beba Training College 4 years no mature exam afibia omo kire exam afibia omo kire exam eduru 4th year no mature final exam. No more pass it. Ya pass it, we are just on my teacher for no. No, as Waka say, almost a mature exam bibium, and son of my Joma to be some teacher for. Ain't yet there, see a bar, licensure exam, no, you be year free. Near share your bay and making sure say Nipa Bia or Beko College of Education obey you know nature say or your teacher ni akukudam or your teacher ni onim mejuna e was obey.
Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, still on former President John Dramani Mahama. Or say, teacher training alawa ya saba biumu alawa and so also then.
Let me just talk about the little thing about allowances. What we noticed was that because of trainee allowances, we were not able to take as many people into the colleges as we should, because the number that we were taking was based on how many people we could pay the allowance. So we said, look, let's take the allowance, let's invest it in building more hospitals, in providing more hostels and classrooms in the colleges, so that we can bring more of our children into the colleges to train. That was our intention. And there is nothing wrong with training more. If we have a lot of nurses, we have many places in this country where they don't have a nurse, they don't have a health officer. And even today, if you have excess, you can export the excess to other countries that need nurses and health workers. And when they go and work, they will bring remittances back home to their families. And that money will come back and come and help the Ghanaian economy. So that was our intention, to improve your facilities, to build hostels for you, to build hospitals and CHIPS compounds so that when you come out, we can post you and you can have a job to do. At the time, we calculated how much was being paid in trainee allowances. At that time, in 2017, if you calculated the first salary of a nurse, it was something around 1,500 when you come out as a fresh nurse. And the money that was being used to pay trainee allowances could recruit 13,000 nurses every year. And so we didn't even say we are taking the training allowance away and replacing it with nothing. We said we're going to replace it with a student loan scheme so that you can take the loan, finance your education. When you come out, if you don't have a job yet, nobody will come and ask you for the money. But when you start working, we will take it little by little by little by little until you are finished paying. That was the intention. But in politics, we have something they call opportunism. And so they took advantage of it and said, no, Mahama is wicked. He's withdrawn your allowances. When we come, we'll reinstate them. Today, the allowances are in arrears.
Okay. Allowances. Hey, alaway. No. But the high priest of all the promises thus far, 24-hour economy. Honestly.
We intend to implement a 24-hour economy. And by this, we will provide incentives in terms of reduction in corporate taxes and other exemptions to businesses that will sign up to the 24-hour economy initiative. And if we remember, in the past, but then we must also look at the security side and make sure that we provide them with security. Because remember, in the past, filling stations used to work 24 hours. Unfortunately, armed robbers started attacking them, and because of that, they all closed at about 10 o'clock. And so if we're able to provide them with adequate security, businesses and services like that, there's no reason why they can't operate 24 hours. And we'll give them the tax incentives to be able to do so.
Okay. On my last one.
We intend to implement a 24-hour economy. And by this, we will provide incentives in terms of reduction in corporate taxes and other exemptions to businesses that will sign up to the 24-hour economy initiative. And if we remember, in the past, but then we must also look at the security side and make sure that we provide them with security. Because remember, in the past, filling stations used to work 24 hours. Unfortunately, armed robbers started attacking them, and because of that, they all closed at about 10 o'clock. And so if we're able to provide them with adequate security, businesses and services like that, there's no reason why they can't operate 24 hours. And we'll give them the tax incentives to be able to do so.
Okay, I see. And in Gomo, you have a dear numeri. There, yadi Asia Sian say. Nano na oswafo no kan budget. Na budget no MPP for say nkunim budget. Ana NDC for say yekofie budget. Nkunim versus yekofie. Budget MPP aban de buy om say no. Ana omugidi ye say ebe transform Ghana economy. Ama the size of the economy no. Every current 256 billion to 1 trillion. By the end of the 2024 fiscal year, 1 trillion Ghana cedis. That will be the size of the GDP. Wow. President Mahama said, "Debbie, enya hone kwan no ankasa ne 24-hour economy." But 24-hour economy no. Last week di hon komo kakra. Ye pese ne eto aso kakra say 24-hour economy no ogina den nan so enan ben no ogina so. What are the key pillars of that 24-hour economy? What are we targeting? Where are we looking at in that 24-hour economy? Dear Potin, ye pese this 24-hour economy no. Eye angran nyuma, aban nyuma, eye compulsory, and as a opa and I'll be sign onto it. Me pese me hu senia, 24-hour economy no. Ebeye na ye hu pillars a ewo mu. Iwia ye ba biom a into 24-hour economy versus the budget read by the finance minister. Now for round 2 no. Licensure exam trainee alawa. My mom in penny for Aquaba. Chema Majo.
Major Sonana.
Now what is saying?
Christo Adom or the young Quache. Yadia Sida, a Bemonia coupon. So the young Quache.
Now party what is saying?
NDC the Yamiado. Ye party nemu Ayede. Say yang track bearer John Dramani Mahama was see formula dear. Neja say Jumano, Yashasiano no.
Okay.
We are leaving no stone unturned.
All right.
We are entering everywhere to ensure say Ghana for any that's one ebebem.
You are entering everywhere.
Yes.
I see. And you're bad. Okay. Is that something?
Yeah.
Now what is saying?
God now. Yeah, sure.
When I'm moving of what is on.
Oh, party ne deɛ mbra wo na sɛ wendi mbra no so a I mean ɛyɛ na voluntary joining na ɛyɛ voluntary exit nti sɛ yɛ more voluntary joining na meda se na wenyi one according to the dictates and the rules of the party na definitely then you see yourself voluntarily out nti nyɛ sɛ yɛ yi ɔmo di ɔmo ankasa na ɔmo decide sɛ ɔmo because constitution no once we take a flag bearer no you can't show allegiance and support to any other flag bearer apart from the flag bearer that has been chosen by the party faithfuls. And so if you decide to walk away, now we decide to say, oh, maybe I'm going to I don't think it's in the right direction. And there should be some discipline. Discipline starts from the ground. If you can't have discipline in your party, I don't think you can have discipline in government. That discipline should be there, and everybody should respect the dictates of the party. It's a rather unfortunate situation. I mean, party there be some party and be some nimpa. If one person decides say, oh no, the way if you can't stay in and correct it, who should stay in and correct it and you come and join? So yabeshe but me chia ho na worte hanyina na me chia wa so mu hu acher na ma me sister Sefa Fisher say Fisher be ka ho nti be the Fisher na ka ho
Na Fisher dey order that o
me nim da
and tu na wonim
o ye fantini ana o ye den
there be bacho
because Fisher dey say na ka o ye fantini o ko fish ananya fish no ko che
there be we on fish Oche Sefa nko anyway madam asi anwumre mama kwa banso so chairman
no
ye kofie versus 24-hour economy point no yemfa dot no connect him fa but say OTC 24-hour economy no mo ho ye pese ehu enyina so a the pillars of that 24-hour economy 24-hour economy ye pese ehu ne fapem ne ma be na mo be gina so de aye versus the banko ni Ekofie on. Sa budget ni Ekofie. Ekofie budget. But in the next 15 minutes, ye tie unko a.
15 minutes.
Catch Thompson say bibia o na so on pay on Toronto.
Yeah, okuta pay.
Okay, good. And then Thompson remember 15 minutes ye tie chairman ko a. Chairman ye tie.
Nana ya mechia o.
Gwa ka say ye de.
Na machia NDC yempanyin for especially a national chairman Ura Sedun Ketia. Me hu say oni yem papa John Dramani Mahama born to any general secretary all the party functionaries ya da omo ase any jumapa omo ye sani be ya Ghana for any da so ebebem nana ene miti asem na me hu dream kakra say speaker of parliament ni Bangalore team no na ka say da no ni fia na ka obeba no na ka ya Tom Bangalore no. That is the cry of our speaker. MPP for ton asase e wo Ghana anyina. Oba ya waswa ye one of the youngest municipalities. Government lands here wo ho. MPP baye wo mo ton ni nyina to extend say Greco high tension ase wo mo ton ma private developers.
In 15 minutes na me dem on nya eno num sa na ya na e round 2.
Na kami ye free ho
Debbie
because how anyama si kono
no let's stick to
let's ya ube hata de wa homa so no be ba no ma be fa ton
but one lands commission letter now or issue to that effect no
one more issue letter. Now the speaker can obwa.
That Miss Wahu.
Meet speaker na meeting.
Good. And you know, until now, the Missy a Yoko Fever says,
Speaker, on what I said, no more.
You. I tell for more home, I'm on 15 minutes. Oh, I started at
the I don't Ghana Japan, the American.
Okay.
Eja, Mamin Kabi, me started from budget, you know. By Nana. Budget na ura ken oporiata ekokan ye no me se wan kan kura na nke eye san se budget a wakoma bosika IMF fo na de brew IMF sika na udi ba be chichiri oman no maaye na usu ya akoma bosika na eye provisions in oya na asede oya provisions against the IMF sika na asede. Enti mi budget ni de bibie ni mu a edi ahoguru ebebre Ghana mabunu edi ejuma ebebre Ghana mabunu. There is nothing in that budget. The me yani say okokan budget we ye odru Ministry of Finance na workers are ye tuamuka omo epia begu abonten omo twen no obi tie mu say ya bre wa che papa when esuma ana wa nkwa ye bepa mu wo ministry ho. You are going to receive him because he has read his last budget. Yes, Yajitum said Kenoforiata after 7th January 2025. No, he will not have access to that ministry again. It in the last budget, upon all the suffering of the Abreye, in the last budget, there is nothing in there. I'm not even prepared to discuss that budget because it doesn't give the ordinary Ghanaian comfort. Even Aboso Kanfo, Yemamino Mutu Adia Wojomu Nyina say this is the worst form of budget because IMF is kano emaye no dear no babe culture. Next month you will see them singing different songs after we have given them parliamentary appropriation approval. That is what they are going to do, and above all, they are going to continue to borrow because budget aunya start here krano deficit over 50 billion edaho budget in yes can run here we create deficit. How are you going to finance the deficit? You are going to the local market through treasury bills and medium term bonds. At the end of the day, what are you doing to the economy? The money that the ordinary Ghanaian will need to run a business, they will go and give it to the government because it's treasury bill rate, I have rush. This is the economy that we have, and it will not help us. It will not help us. In the past, Dr. Baumia wakasetia government even borrowing on the local market through treasury bill and bonds. But omu dia omu be bobusiano omu wie yes omu ka kire omu bobusia omu ye papa ye mama ni say ye ntimi ntuamo if you lie you should go to hell. But they are still creating deficit and they are going to finance through short-term borrowing here and there. So there's nothing in that budget that is encouraging to the ordinary youth. No job opportunities for them. Nothing. Their heads are crushed. Let's go to 24-hour economy. Fantastic, brilliant innovation. Enye John Mahama started a 24-hour economy. And Timo being kase or power. The man John Dramani Mahama is consistent. Utie ni voice how de kasa. Utimi who say adrenaline papa. And a tight 24-hour economy. What are we talking about? Ghana economy, it sleeps after 5 p.m. About 80% of the economic activities go hibernation after 5 p.m. But there are certain services that we can activate and continue run to favor or help the ordinary Ghanaian. And Nana, 24-hour economy, it hinge on employment creation, decent employment in one semnieka. And yes, idea ba na fine puntuoma. The puntuoma the ordinary youth. Nana do danko kufuado ba omia ban create unemployment at wa. The burden of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. How obesi take care of the youth of this country. And the main thing our youth 24-hour economy is expecting to achieve is to create employment, decent employment, according to John Dramani Mahama. Minia, enye programmer utie John Dramani Mahama eye nche, but obe create enable environment for people to voluntarily join. Nana, ye wo manufacturing companies bi wo man yi mo a senye electricity bo na aye din naka they will prefer say they will produce 24 hours 3 shift ebi kwa anopa epon ewia 4.10 na ebi mo akọ continue na ade achi say electricity bo kwa beye fo ama company bi a obetimi aye sa a manufacture 24 hours, but here is our power, very expensive. And John Dramani Mahama as a visionary leader no onim say ye will be a friend time of use power tariff after certain hours, they will create that opportunity for companies say will continue to manufacture and work within the 24-hour policy program at John Mahama air producing. Hosi ebema almost special meters. Send a meter no, it will read the lowest tariff that will motivate the manufacturer not to fear of billions of dollars electricity bill. And that no companies be a finance minister called Shia Echo Wamuho. They are saying say they've not been able to pay over 700 million Ghana cedi electricity bill, and the company should come to it nails. But we can create employment opportunity out of this challenge.
Is it Ochi no Kokrao?
Oh, sorry. And the air can say is voluntary, not imposed. Matisse Binumu Kasa say a no. John Dramani Mahama can say a or say so person running 24-hour economy. Activities will be going on 24 hours. We need security, and it's going to provide that safety and security to our people. Nana, who can say John Dramani Mahama AC the Accra Digital Data Center? The idea is most of companies all over the world, their call centers are scattered, and we are in a very good zone. Baby, Ghana your position here, hono. Any company over the world, obe prese oni Ghana be din kuta. Eti ye data center say ye be open call center. Ama companies all over the world to come and rent a space. Ghanaians will be employed to receive calls. Call centers are most of the company, their marketing strategy to reach out to their customers, solve problems on telephone, to pave way for certain things to be done when others are not in the office. Sorry. Enti sa dictator center no a osi ye wo udru VIP office or office e chiri ho no e dan ni si ho mini wo ka say NPP atimi take advantage of that mo rent places ama individuals. That was not the purpose of John Dramani Mahama. You can go there with your camera and go and see what is happening over there. That is not the vision of John Dramani Mahama. It's one of the areas the youth will be employed, the IT guys will be employed, and perfectly it will solve halfway some of the unemployment challenges that we have. Nana, DVLA says Amika said DVLA or Mapon, who officer will be anyhow. By trot driver be a trot the answer ni route obi any so he can run to DVLA or call nipa or the same services will be provided. No ageni license and I say ukoji new license and I say ebia uhia bibia or say oje ubetimi akọ no akọ ye nana places bit say passport office. Recently, what is a Minister of Foreign Affairs, passport office, and they are talking about backlog. Nipa bebre omo apply all over the country. Omo timin printi omo passport ima omo. But about 5 passport office, director 1, director 2, omo nyina pom workers. We have to close the office and go. I believe say who say who point Juma says here now free her your point 10 near around 24-hour economy. Now go capture biometrics at the passport office. You can run there and go and do it. A binumu bisa say John Dramani Mahama be then we tria omuka. Fantastic. All the services that we are providing in this country, we pay for it. There are agencies in this country, apart from statutory workers, wamu workers are used to internally generated fund. And they employ other workers. So where to get the money is about providing an efficient service and getting the returns. And out of that, we can do it. Uba Ayawa so municipal assembly. Womo edi IGF internally generated fund etua omuka. Womu do so si womo aban here dey. Employ womu. But they are also working. Enti womo mu bisa say obenye scan we na controller ho be chiri no. These are important services. Assuming a private man join here, not a manufacturing company or a BB not join here. Out of the relief, corporate tax say 25%. Now, you 1 million of 25%, and yet 250 million. Sasikano say your chemuni at the farm as a tax corporate tax reliever. How many people can't you employ to gain employment decently and still continue to operate your company? Enti John Dramani Mahama ni swade hunu no. I was say yejitum. Ene edano oshia TUC for. TUC General Secretary. Or can say a game changer. So what you here? Ghana Industries womo boa womo dim fidie djuma eye djuma
Association of Ghana Industries.
Yes, Association of Ghana Industries. And then almost wakasa say it's a game changer. They are on the field and they know say it will work. Look, our harbor. Sisemre harbor 5 we Yapon only security for one na djuma 24 hours. But obinyama wo obetimi clear a creative space demurrage Emma. So what you here? A bit of what deficiency in the staff itself, a creative problem obitimi clear in Yama during the day. We are saying, say, we are going to run the port 24 hours. Obi benye jumaye, omu tuya sika beba, nipa no benya ejumaye, obenye sika, dia nebusia. At least 25% of Utah MPP amo moye unemployed. No? We believe, say, with the coming of this particular policy by John Dramani Mahama, no? At least 20 to 25%, they will get job to do. Do you understand me? Not all the areas will go into this program, but other areas, let's go to Registrar General. Let's go to Registrar General. Call a day. Nipa Koba. They are all contributing to this economy through charging of fees here and there. Say opportunity was say department be ye juma in the night 24 hours. Why not? Adena Dubai or Mona. 24 hours or mu ye juma. A month for free America eco establishing companies in China. 24 hours they are producing and sending to other part. It is a abroche company be himself Ghana. Ye operate 24-hour economy. Electricity be back from corporate tax be back from one. He doesn't mind. So be free abroche be establishing a plant in Ghana because there are incentives. This is how we want to build this economy. Enya dia ya chinchini say John Mahama kwa taxi obi nipa fufuro bi from baby so the babe create job amobi within the system no ye betimi ayenya bi ti say no mo a ebeboa. We are willing to partner the public sector and the private sector. It's not imposition. It's voluntary. Bra near ma incentives. Ye ma incentives na ebeboa ma wadwuma koso. Wadwuma koso a ube employ more youth. Not the burden of employment on the president John Dramani Mahama. Come 2025, you know, there is a solution towards that. These are things that we need to do. This is different from Orak and Oforiata Ninite economy. No? This is totally different from Ninite economy, no, the targeting tourism. Tourism, some aspect, entertainment side, you know. Night clubs, if you have Friday, Saturday, or 24 hours. We know all these things. Some beer bars go beyond even 1 p.m. They close 4 a.m. and other things. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about policy, ebebua companies, more productivity akosuru, na create employment, decent one. Degree holders like you and I, when we are looking for job, we will not be ashamed to go and look for those jobs. This policy is about the youth. Obi Kasetia, this policy biano. Nature say he doesn't have the youth at heart.
Okay.
Because enya dia ye kwako to sika free obi botom. Be yen hihye individuals voluntary will come. Enti ada na wo ka say ti ade employment. Say even a nipa 10 ye starting na nipa 10 kura na benya employment is better than not starting because that 10 will not have money to feed your family.
All right.
So we have a good opportunity. The youth, there is good opportunity in this program. Nobody can downplay it. It will go a long way to boost our economy, to boost employment, and the youth will be comfortable. Because since you maybe no one say go mutilo.
Matthias, afei na ode afidina to a Peace 104.3 FM. The platform was Sugusu Autie, Chairman Besmaka Bobby Aite, or the Casa Sesiano, or yeah, constituency chairman. I was so West Wogon, NDC Demo, on now watch that 24-hour economy. Now, Chairman, but you may know about 3 minutes and Sana, Thomas Abum, and the main time into me bizarre question. The other kind is just a recap in 1 minute, you know. And what are the pillars? At the end, 24-hour economy ne gina so ne strength ye de hin ne key pillars ne ye de hin
no ubisa say ne strength now are you asking or what is seeks to achieve?
Okay, then and yeah, well that is one, and there's what I can say it will create employment.
Yes,
but what I'm asking is say so yeah, 24-hour economy e gina den so
ejina one you see ye be ma corporate tax rebate in corporate tax.
Okay.
You be provide 24-hour security, meaning that John Dramani Mahama Ba he will employ or recruit more security agencies, especially the police. You understand?
Now, police no more is no more how many hours?
Ose.
Some here 24 hours.
And you are na 24 hours.
Is there police more police be about 24 hours?
No. As you create an environment for the company to work 24 hours, Nanka baby, I am your patrol. Our police in Ibekohono, now police will go there. So what do you need? Increase the strength of the police. Say who run 24 register general, any other agencies in you need more police people to patrol them. Here, fuel filling stations. At least, say Nanka East Legon, only 2 police patrol team Nefaho throughout. Now you have to increase it to 3. So you need more hands. Do you understand? So these are the pillars.
And for instance, filling stations now, omo yeba provide extra security ama no matimi aye adwuma no. Ye just go in there to asa extra hands naka.
Police for no. Oh, that is what we are saying, sir. It's even our right to provide security per UN standard. 500 to a policeman is not the case. There the Ekutas is here 900 to a policeman, meaning that there is already a deficiency in the system. And when it comes to police, it is our responsibility. The taxpayer, it is our responsibility.
But you want to say you need a candidate and my produces our basic responsibility. So in that 24-hour economy, how do we ensure that
the security
say you bring sa extra hands no at the reduce ratio na ba UN standard of 1:500 now because that will require more hands in the police service.
Yes, we have to recruit. The youth are there.
You bring ska in the triomoka.
You bring ska in the Sikano ewoho just said the current government they are not putting the money to right use.
Okay.
Police force saying here per the UN standard. And on my way, say a security beko anymore. We need to recruit. Now the police are we are in terms of police recruitment, no mess no form. We need to increase it. Minimum ye cut it down on Flagstaff House. Any ministries be na yetiti ministers in so to said John Dramani Mahama Kasa Oba he's going to rule with not more than 60 ministers. This is a fantastic thing. You best save over 50 ministers and they are just moving around the corridors of power. All this money, we can save this money and recruit police.
All
so
right.
that should not be an issue at all.
Point noted.
It's proper savings. And Ebemaya achieve some of these things. That arrogance and wasting money. We go and borrow. We don't use the money. We borrow. People get their trouble and those things. We have to stop.
Mate,
when we fight corruption,
my next question,
we get money to do these things.
Sure. My next question. DVLA to run 24-hour economy. Yeah, assessment. Na DVLA na yakra hankwa na say across Ghana. Yeah, assessment who says DVLA is going 24 hours. Extra hands you be here and that is number one. Number two, oka to me so me the MP aka ho ama say MP susu ye adwuma. Oka to
Tomayo refinery.
And port, Tema port.
Port.
Yeah, oka port. And I'm saying the MP aka ho ama. MPS for no me the hona ka ho ama. Run a 24-hour service. Until that 24-hour service no. Extra hands is saying and you here to run those facilities 24 hours a day. Assessment ye hunu extra hands are here was our services no man. And then last one. Policy ya adwene ho awie and I say still afena ye developer.
Yes. What John Dramani Mahama is currently doing, Nana, building the Ghana tour or core regions now. These are the ideas Oni Ghana for Eche, Oni TUC for Koche, Trade Union Congress. When we say a fantastic idea, or core other regions in Oni Ahimfo, any Ekuku Shia or Munus or Ni Womu Eche, they said it's a good idea. If it is a good idea, there, Ukwesha Ubisa say, Nipa ye here. Yedibeya say Jumano. Any saying Nupadudu was saying it's a fantastic thing. As part of the preparation to start this program come January 2025, there will be proper assessment. Say the DVL in Ekwa, nim department within DVL, their services are needed. Unim say Nana obitimi ni driver license adaje kro de kwa akojino onya adaje because during the day fu ebu ayedin otini trotrum onya ntinika tam obeka say hey obenya kwan akono no omo apon sa nipa kro no he will have time to go there after 8 after 10 to go and take his driver license to go and capture his biometrics. So these things when we start definitely the numbers in there we nim say DVLA operate 24 hours at least. If we are not taking the entire employment strength now, say we are DVLA wamukutabe 500 workers we are not expecting to use 500 workers within the 24-hour period because there will be department here said they will operate 24 hours by binumo essential services including the private and public sector. No, we are good to go with them. So the numbers in it will come. So don't worry. The most important thing is that the program will start.
Okay, Mate. Chairman Besmark Abobiaite and Oten and Kano. Yabasiamba na yabetwa and command so. Yeti onone famudie and any Ojidise NDC ebeye. Alfred Kojo Thompson, former Deputy Managing Director at National Investment Bank. Anna Thompson.
Cardinal. It's saying.
Yamiado now, so.
Yamiado.
What's the budget? Near budget. Nkunim versus 24 hours. Bacho said that my chairman 15 minutes. No, also so my 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes now.
Now we be some questions.
Now be some questions.
But that's it. Now chairman e kasa ma stress because say man kasa omun your homework omun economy na say already.
Oh, and now they are judging we and do
now questions I will be say straightforward questions. MPS omun ye juma 24 hours already. Kolibu omun ye juma 24 hours. Police service omun ye juma 24 hours. Wache sell no osuno ye juma 24 hours. Do what abra kon ye juma 24 hours. Radio station mo need time am dey pon around 1 o'clock.
I'll come to that.
Answer maybe.
There they empon.
Mo mpon a 24 hours. I'm better we can't say keke. Mo mpon a 24 hours.
Yeah, then year round.
24 hours.
There be a year round.
Well, sometimes you know, omo can't say man, omo call your homework ye. Omo call your it just tells me say they are not prepared. Omo nim the omo can. Oh, yen too be bingum keke because Ghanaians are vulnerable. Ombe jatun keke. Come on. Omo nim the ekoso. Go to airport filling station and get 24 hours omo ye juma.
They don't.
Airport filling station, go there, see. Airport Shell, 24 hours. Walk up Spintex Road. Shell, 24
Chama,
hours.
o kasa not here.
Correct, no.
Men correct there. O kasa me be.
What can drop you or handle share? You say any D.
Chama.
You say any D.
Tom se me ba. Chama he. O pepe ekuta mi. Ohun soro ahwan di na ma twere wa ha no. Ohun de ma twere wa ha.
Becho we hu me paper no. We hu notes am I.
Ya me ne chama na ka. Chama ohun de ma twere wa ha no. We are best man. O kasa tie. O kasa niema na me giri se ohia clarity. Ai say o man ncheche mu no. Ai na ma twere ni nyina wa ha no. Etimi am ye host no say o kasa nyina ma mam. O kasa wie na me am ka tell say time we dey me dia. Tim baby so a question. Sa na mpese kwadwo so ye. On fa ne time.
I teach to o say
na video na say be chemi.
Now what show why there to her? Show why there to her? When yeah, they all battle. Now I show.
So we gidi say wo ka bibi na say enye no kre na wo event say facts say chese the all kan enye no kre. Chro to ho ye baba ka obetimi ayer battle.
Thank you.
Why?
The rebuttal na maybe na me starting with the budget. I think I'm starting my submission no Israel.
Now 15 minutes.
Na say ade na make asa why we twem 2 minutes or the aye way or the akasa P there. Until you started 21 23. Me da say. Budget here ye ko kan ye no. It's a youth driven budget.
E go fie there no.
Inkunimdi there no.
Me ka say e go fie there.
Inkunimdi budget. It tells you, say, we are thinking about the next generation in this country. I didn't in America, sir. We share budget now. The essentials talks about agric, aquaculture, trade and industry, youth and jobs. My friend saying IT. It's a youth-driven budget. Nancy, I would say, why? Omo a BA portal, over 300,000 youth. They can apply to go into agric. Agric or mokom no. Ye more 10-acre land. 10-acre land, ye more fertilizer. Ye more seedlings. Ye more bibia farm equipment. I say we use say on the land. Ye be making sure say ye be more farm hands no. Ye be more striping sir. Ye bet you more so that all you do is to make sure that you take care of the farm and let the things grow. We are government budget 20% of the produce. Now 80% no. They might either help you sell or you go onto the market and sell. Innovative to touch on the youth, to make the youth employable. Government, government cannot keep on saying, say, oh, yeah, but that and catch on say, more youth employment, more youth employment in the youth, but you are going to create the avenue. Yeah, be quite normal. Now one can say, to me aye juma on your own, and that is why we are going to touch on tourism too, because in Piba, and a lot of people don't know about the history of so many of our castles, our forts, opening tourism sites near there, and even open a travel at all. Obed to me in your car, obeji loan now obeji a car back one, obed to me to chanaka odin grofo ko sightseeing near there, on your because so many places. There are so many things that are driven by this we share your friend saying. That is in tourism. We share IT swa, IT driven nyama youth no bet me aye. They are supporting omo. It's not about government or bekacho say okay maybe IT center into continue na ye juma na pretend you are working and I'll pay you. It's about you driving your own force. You be creative avenue, you be training. Now one can say wait to me here IT related items. I bet me na fie with the accounting, with the be business, with the be nyama pia ebe boy. We back into trade and industry. You say 1D 1F. Yeah, farming area, produce area. No, sometimes you have to process it before you sell out of this country because you are going to do a lot of export-driven things. Until once I ever say you're exporting, what do you have to do? Turn it into finished products. Until we are going to touch base with the youth. Ombe to me enya nkrofo ombe to omnyama no. The 1D1F is going to create that this purchasing for the youth. Until we be real wonyama wodua no na obi to na or to make process to go into the finished products. Then we get the outlet that is the GEPA. Best support you in places. Nancy, I would say, one of the highest export yam. And it tells you, say, we have opened the avenues for people. And now, kasano, trade deficit, abe trade surplus. In we are exporting more than we are importing. And when for us to have a good balance sheet in our books. And it gives you the chance to trade more in whatever you are doing. Inti se won't budget now, you can close your eyes and say you can close your eyes and say what's it almost friend is saying? Coffee budget. We see it as a youth-driven budget. A budget for a lot of the youth to go and get employment, to come onto the table and work for themselves, to support them, to be able to stand tall and work and make things very well. Inti when had you all kasan me edin na mesre waiting na wo go ahead. Ignore. Thank you very much. Now NDC for the Sanom is by Inti at the end of the day, what we are doing is we are growing an economy. We are making sure that the economy will not be stagnant like we came to meet it. Where obi beko ejuma and okoye ejuma na light go off. Na so koto generator by force. Na generator ni run to na diesel because that type of my friend saying doomson you cannot use it to run a 24-hour economy. It does not work that way. Obi so mba na ombeye nyama yi na system ni engineer na so the first from 2017 to 2018 2019 answer na COVID e beche no na Ghana was adjudged the fastest growing economy. Ghana was adjudged in Africa and most parts of the world was adjudged the fastest growing economy. It tells you say we were on the right path of making sure say Ghana is moving in the right direction. A hot na COVID beche yen anyama pi by and nanado can say we know how to bring back the economy, but we don't know how to bring back lives. And then make us say overall GDP a year say the first half of the year and it was about 3.5 it grew faster than we expected or we budgeted for it. IMF and the World Bank so say the way nyama econo if that is the same way we are going to grow then it means you are going to get back to the system na yewo make us say no inflation na sure we purchasing power bia we be say that we can nyama cost over 50% and then I drop it just to about 30%, 30-something%. It tells you say things are going in the right direction. All Kasano say NCC are the engrofo chase my friend saying T-bills. T-bills are more chase is because they've seen that government has put T-bills at the pedestal of everything. NCBN, Ukai DDP, we had to readjust the system. Other countries were doing it in piecemeal. We had to take the bullet. We had to take the bite. We had to take the bitter medicine. And neck economy is getting back on track. To tell you the truth, at the end of it all, we want to get a stable economy. People can run their own businesses without fear or favor. They can run their own businesses and make sure, say, at the end of it all, they would gain and government will gain by getting their taxes and getting their incentives to run the economy. Coming to the 24-hour, one thing that they say, 24-hour economy is demand-driven. If there is no demand, you cannot get the economy to run 24 hours. And to say station ha air running, say more steady on your system. Now who say station ha air running do 10 o'clock na obia ntibio between 10 and 3 a.m. and 10 and 4 a.m. Ebia mo ade ani sisu keke air running no obia ntia. Why should I go and just play music? Or why should I be there and someone will sit behind the console obia ntia no? You monitor. If the demand is there, Nkrofo say, hey, na 2 a.m. sorry, na me tie certain news are air koso, ma te pass air koso here. You realize say even at 2 a.m. at 3 a.m. every hour no, you are giving updates on the news near there. And to say watch seller or ton wo adabraka. Wa ton no watch who say ebet bought 12 o'clock. Obi akokla Friday, Saturday, 12 o'clock, 12 midnight or wohono. Ope watch edi. How do I sell my kenke? Osu night market. Why do they open the night market? Because people want to buy. Wako club we akọ no nsa kakra na ni so aye na hezu nti ese okoko todok no any chinama obedi to make sure that you come back on track. That is how you drive your economy. When the demand is not there and you tell me say, oh, I'm going to drive it's going to be a demand I'm going to build a 24-hour economy. Wana in the economy na aye adwuma no. As I speak now, printing press almost 24-hour printing services. When they were printing, I know a printing press, or more printing one of their neighbors, or more ballot papers. They were printing 24 hours. Yeah, MPP, yeah, election. No, the printing press was printing our papers 24 hours. I was there in the night. People were there. We went on shifts into Obiko and Napo, Obiko and Yumre. They still do the 24-hour printing. As I sit here, airport shell, almost 24-hour service. Most of the pumps are closed. They have about 2 or 3 almost 24 hours because we have the police patrolling there. Woko Bachona, the same thing is happening there. Woko, my friend is saying, I wrote some of the places down. Tema, Habo, MPS, they work 24 hours. That doesn't mean that everywhere in Tema Habo should work 24 hours. Because if the demand is not there, for Obia, Ebia Oko Clinica, bank name BA, bank name Ebia Nipa Bank open a baby. Why should I go and open a whole bank with all the amounts that you pay? Don't forget you are paying electricity, you are paying the staff overtime. Because Enyumre Ejumano is not like paying the same allowance during the day. When you go to TUC and TUC tells you that just again, but yes, they want their staff to be paid the time and a half. And that is mostly Sana Yayano. Ewo bibia wo ye adwuma enwumre a ye twa time and a half and yet the same pay wo fa during the day now be fine enwumre because the night sleep is essential. So if I'm forfeiting my night sleep, I have to get a little bit more than me pay a year normally menya oka your friend saying DVLA your name say DVLA your friend saying DVLA is already digitalized. DVLA is digitalized. Passport office is digitalized. What you fear ene? What you made send it? Would bibia mobile phone so. The only thing left is for you to go to the center and go and take your picture and do the necessary things. All the printing that is done by the printing house and sent to the passport office, so that they will now concentrate on fixing your pictures in and doing the necessary security features. So these things are already ongoing. You don't need someone to go and sit there in the night and decide, so and you made the make print ebia make attach 5 passports and now 6 passports. And once we are able to do this digitalization very well and very essential, you don't even need to spend 1 day, 2 days, 3 days for you to get the receipt of your passport. And so these things are already ongoing. My friend saying, my passport office, my DVLA, so the same thing. People go and immediately now they get their before you get to DVLA, we go here with test near the end. Now I hear key in near the end. So everything is digitalized. By the time we do one, now everything you've gone through a lot of stages. The only thing I say we eye test. Near idea would be attached to your document. So when they talk, I don't know where they are coming from. Okay, I say me almost say incentives, tax incentives near there. Are you going to give DVLA tax incentive? Are you going to give my friend saying passport office tax incentives for opening a 24-hour service? These are things I say beside home questions. When they mix the whole thing. The businessman, the man who is printing a tam, the nice a tama with the aye shirty, or person or printing on him said the demand is there. He knows that I can go a 24-hour service printing of my cloth. And once ebia obi pay for funeral and baby, they pay an extra charge, they get that thing done. The ministries will not open 24 hours. The office of the president or government machinery will not open 24 hours. So most of the time, no, is the businessmen and the things who already operate almost every time. No, they are 24-hour service. Now, we catch up and say, I feel no mom 24-hour service. I was very happy. So we decided to say, what about the police? We call Kolebu, we call Rich, we call my friends at 37. We call most of these hospitals are 24 hours. So we matching 2 a.m. But now we call doctor teho, nurse teho, almost. So the 24 hours is going on. So where are they coming from? Omunti bibiase omumbra na yenche omasi. Okay, we will give them lower special meters for lower bills. Now special meters your day meter in your night meter na. I mean, where are they coming from? Day meter in a night meter. Into day meter nebema with special bill. Na night meter na more lower bill. Another ECG auton electricity amount. ECG be show him say, oh, because meton electricity in your rain the same power area may charge say $2 or $2 no. What there because we hear in your brain no, but be more $1. I mean, where is this coming from? Let's be realistic. Let's be serious. We are running a business. We are running a government, and government is serious business. My financial dia grow yen. Now you feel say you can't tell they will just buy it line hook and sinker. Okay. They're not joking here.
Mr. Thompson, okay, where we are there, I feel I'm so me know about comment section. And sana me know about chassis no. Omanfo a etete amamole ye wo Ghana North and then important mo say almost electricity company of Ghana say se boni bi na amamole fo aye omo amon nche wo mo na sisi ade
electricity omo ha drink akro
as if for bear 2 weeks ni
na sisi adum so koso
omo che say bear 2 weeks ni enwumre bia mo twen e boss 7 and modum light no. About 7 and no more doom light.
Ebia ECG for no per se almost practice 24-hour economy in here.
But Sadia na ECG for no a hard
because a hard when people have plans now mo ya imagine share nyamato now wo kate light na sa enye good emboyen.
Now no almost send me TV baako. Na me inform nkokot me tam TV na koma William Boatin.
You also lose income because who ECG will lose income.
Metam TV no akwa William Boatin me koya nam de man say uli me TV na ma say ni emonye na mo
to oye juma wo ECG
on na ye wo mo a friend say public affairs manager.
Oh, okay.
William Boatin me koya nam de akwa no na me be do the office nam de man say eya uli TV na mo say ni no eni o de monye say na TV ni so na say omudum light na ahana nkola no so mo ehun say
omudum ni ntem
na omo ye nti
e ba so no omo yes I share me TV baako and I sent it for repairs omo to me so I had to buy a new one
me there say na
flat screen can see any be about 78 inches or
me kan Friday na me ofi be 1 hour omudum light no so be 30 times.
Wow.
If you were a cause anaba omudum light no be 30 times. Someone your fault among come you when
no omunjai mo na omuntwe omunye
because anyway I'm not 24-hour economy so
problem
say
there is problem with gas.
No but chairman
even if
problem with gas
power no
different from what you are talking about.
See there is a gas problem
menye ho na me de me ko de me
can na do mu light no
there be tie onti de me can say even if there is a gas problem ho
they should tell you
udum no a because gas ni ho enti udum no a manengo off until such time I say oh change face no de akoba bi fofora na wa change.
Thank you.
But enye say within a minute
go up down.
It's not about gas problem. That is not about gas.
It's a technical problem, and that is what you should face. And if it's a gas problem, Nankai ho the Ebia Accra, and a lot of places will go off. But most places are on. One or two places are
nobody
on.
is defending.
It's not about defending. It's about the government. Let us criticize them when we criticize them. It is not about the government having a problem with gas procurement. You can't say that.
Car no more. What's a car no fuel na them. They have
don't you have engaged?
And they should give us timetable. If they give timetable to our Momole people, our matters will say na ebeboa.
But if there is no gas at timetable na be there. Gas in new timetable na be there.
That is why the timetable will tell you that for the next 1 week unya power.
Enya no na make an unti asie. And in America say power ni ho a what you do is that mama shadow na who say okay because power ni honti no amamolefo ye bedum mo kanea e bia sa week we nyina nwumre e bedum mo kanea
but they have throughout the day
almost kanea na hear the whole Accra you Accra be lines here
anyway mama
mo mfre na hear number of
member say be lose trend of your thought mama nko Thompson so na membisa no Uncle Thompson what say budget no youth centered anambwa
youth centered
budget okay youth centered yenim say aban ena o employ nipa bebre o economy no mu echen obi ya
yeah is the highest employer
sure we are buying free where you are talking about the employers and other manufacturers or maybe be nyuma or mo fa nipa
ampa
safo ya nkombet nya fa youth we adwuma mu say electricity intimi ntua afi corporate taxes I dey gu omo so no omo ntimi ntua no omo hwa anim senka sa budget yi mu no enka mo be consider sa na mo nyina atete ne ma so na nka mo ho ahan won kakra omo han omo a omo nya profit na afi omo so e dey afa nipa mo amfi omo enti fu a mo amfi omo no dia na ma budget no e youth centered
when we say budget no mu no ye tete taxes bi so na ye dey bi so share baby we call revenue measures are kan ya say the Commissioner General certified invoices will be basis for all deductible expenses for income tax purposes. The second phase of the EVAT covering 600 large taxpayers and more than 2,000 small and medium taxpayers will be implemented. Now, we'll share the 0.4 or say a VAT flat rate of 5% will replace the 15% standard VAT rate on all commercial properties. So when we say baby or what, how much is normal in a flat? From 15% to 5%. Baby so why some of the VAT can no much. So they are looking at all these things to make sure say at the end of the day, the customer can also operate because who will say yeah, and you see that is where me say NDC they don't know what is going on. At the moment, with the economy, we need funding. The funding, the first thing that IMF or how you are raising revenue. They haven't come out with any revenue measures, but what they are telling us is expense measures are ombe in expense measures no offer revenue. And you ask them several times, ebia IGF number kako created their HR government workers car. But what we are doing is to make sure say we are making tax very easy. Say I make us end of every month. I sit in my house and I just dial in my tax code. Me try me tax online on my phone. Me call tax office for the last 6 months. And me nyama me turning in me friend tax no. And I send it to them. At the end of the year, auditors will come and audit me and see what I sold, how much I made, and how much I've paid on tax. I say me a difference be na me tax for no so they come and audit me automatically and they check all these things. Inti make I say with the tax it's a give and take affair. We want to broaden the tax network, and that is why we are looking at making sure say at the end of it all your youth you be ejuma more there be more your friend saying 1D 1F factories now. It will create the avenue for people to be able to get a wider tax net for the government.
Mate, man Sadat so man Sadat 5 minutes na fe dia ka no yes am boso to man Sadat
champion Nana
Sadat
the cardinal
Sadat ba ko pe
Nana ba ko pe
Sadat here 24 hours
Sadat here 24 hours
25 hour reading
Sadat na man say
Nana man focus na 5 minutes ni sa na so milky sharp na men kan ba ko enfiri ho no mu taw na yenko yanim Kwame said Fusu edienie wo se wono no UK na wo ye adwuma na wo night shift na wo ba UK night no etua kapa day no eno nti se obi se odi 24 economy beba Ghana yinsum na ogidi se ebeboa pa Michael Ekomensa ensu edienie wo si DVL no ye ka se 24 economy no DVL ka ho ebeboa no ndi onsusu se DVL 24 economy no mu hia na mu be hia se delivery service no na addressing system of Ghana no yenye ho adwuma yi obi koye ne lines sa na yatima deliver the man woni fie wo so wono no o South Korea oba ho no mu asa na o mo ye ho no mu a ebo bibiri enu nti no 24 economy na ye na so no DVL die ye ka se do meka ho a anhwe a ye be sebre e wo Ghana na messages aba no edoso pa Isaac Prince enso die aba betomu wo so wono o ye basic school teacher e wo Adum St Joseph Anglican Primary na program we eboa no pa eni nti wo sere obi bia se dru adwoda no ukwada wa fidie no emfa nto bia fa to peace na eti platform Fred enso edie ni Fred say Ghana ye wo ha se sia no ye hia se mfidi dwuma dodo na na eboa na esika sem na afa menya dwuma nya no eso etumite na yankwanko yesa na opanyini we ne MPP fo nyina entoma MPP ye ne NDC entoma NDC enkonkoboa wo so ono de baomia ne MPP maama ne NDC enyom no betima aboa Ghana na emum ye hia third force we hia no eye alancheremanten wo so US en wo de no so free ya wo de ebetumu master plan na won so de no ababedru na menko WhatsApp ne so na menkenkan ba komienu bi nso emfiri ho no mu a Ankoma first and so di ni ofon ase ayiribi achimansa wo se encha ankomo no nyamfo kosi adon kabine mpa yensu ya no wo so no ogidi se ne bechima aboa na Ghana etuma fa ne ntoma padie fra no eyekwayo ento no de wo sra ban se de bi ole message bi bia no aban invest massively o kwayo mu nemwa ne kwayo ho nsam no fa ne ntoma pa emfamfra positive change enso edie nie wo se 2016 na vice ene president na nado ne vice opinion bi to Ghana fofo sesi ye peni ye pa de yenhwe ne yanto aba amfa mo mpanyini ne vice na so ye ntie enkomhye na aba ma ho kira ye hu bi da na eba yesu yo se arehosem na se Ghana ye peni ye dia vote for change 7 December vote for JDM NDC mensan fa bi e wo Facebook no so a me fa ba ko ha na ma fa ba ko ha na matima kenkan dodo na no e de afiri ho no mo Emmanuel Saka onso de na Emmanuel Facheme udie mantumi ankenkan obi de abebomunti atwa wo de na se afiri hono mo fantastic web for sehwa sanwene so enso de nie o si JDM woni NDC ye kan track records pa dia e JDM eni opinion no ba ye wa ye adwuma pa de abo Ghana ye ho infrastructure pa wa ye okrum ha no manyasem ketwa youth empowerment apomudia from education nyina akoyi enti Ghana ye sapani ye dia ye nto oba emfa ema JDM we senso esena nei your politicians who come as no or mano and ede and ye can kapa the or manu de po pania can we young fanya juma no akwakwe something which is there and it only the uzu say politicians no and some do munim kanemo ba juma no na a problem Daniel Ochrigan East Hospital and odi anu free ya odi ebetumu na okay messages ne ba WhatsApp na suntiama WhatsApp no so a freezy kakra okay na mensan ko back to Facebook na menkenkan ba ko mienu bia mentumi enkenkan ye emfa emfirimu master planner junior Kentampo ono so ne die ni aka Kentampo BMW o si NDC again question do bisa no o si apu 24 economy ekra no 24 hour economy entronko a JDM light to want man for Ghana for 24 hours na economy na betimi aye no 24 hour economy was it there be onjindi say e betimi about fantastic ma kenkan odie ma men kenkan foforo nso edie na kwam aboaten enso edie nie na kwam aboaten osena na ya o mechia wanwumire pa woni obedwafo ne wapamfo mechia mo na enchasronko no enkoma kosi bosompem controller and accountant general wosi enchia enkoma no na kwam aboaten me pa chewa men kenkan asa odie no eye enchia na wodi ebetumu na yebre no enya ayebe nana
mansara
messages ne basa intimi concentrate ba na we atwa we we ba na we
enya we omo fa ne sa ne kra o time aso ndo de fashion free gym nyame adma Wednesday why fashion free gym now part 2 Thompson me no na sha as part 2
party
licensure ena alawa the thoughts of former President John Dramani Mahama said wait no there strictly 5 minutes bacho
you mekan ade ba ko wo ha to buttress asema me ba beka no or say that a few days ago I heard a veteran presidential candidate promising to cancel the teacher licensure exam if elected to power. This, as expected, triggered loud cheers across the landscape and sounded like a savior has thankfully landed to bring relief to the teachers and the nation. A great burden is lifted. Oh, how thoughtful, how kind, how visionary. The teacher savior has landed. Then it went on. I sprang to my feet hearing this. The speaker did not even check the records to learn that the licensure is not something to be easily wished away at a political rally. It is stipulated in the Ghana Education Act 2008, Act 778, and has been implemented as from 2016-2017, according to a reference document. The aim of the teacher licensure exam regime is to enable qualified teachers to acquire professional license as a teacher, to prepare them to meet the demand of national teaching standards, as well as a global standard of knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes that are necessary to deliver effectively in school. This will help to improve the image of teaching and set professional teachers at par with other professions. Now, then I said no, okay. Sa licensure exam na opana say opese oji fee system no muno. Ono anka say nim say adia opese or implemented in 20 adia or started say or implemented in 2016 no. Na ewo Education Act mu 2008 Act 277. Inti ama ono anka say ehun say or twa no ho ntro. Na last me obi penin bi na ofrem na say na won wuti ona we mu sorry na say we ye koshini na wanyi otrofo ni obi a onim sa asem o ka no nokura bi enim nso o ka ma no ho aye ne de ma nkrofo so egi ne di say asem o ka ye nokura. That is the man Mahama for you. Mahama dim say asem o ka no enye as adia obenya to to parliament to cancel the licensure exam. But because opese all winning the hearts and souls of the teachers in the me betray mamo. A good policy sir and which me fa with certificates, because when we yes our licensure exam no, you can walk to any British school and go and teach there no. We say they be entrim. Me bisa me who say on one can say obisa no questions and sana wa about out with such policies because it's like the same old wine or the new wine in an old wine bottle. He has nothing to offer. On fast shame but to table no so. On chain and say on one kasa okotina efie no we to me esue bibia oba be yi a chain ma enega na fo ye betu be nya jedi wo onumu say ne dumso na oye no ne nyama oba be ye ya magana ko ahochiem no. Onu Mahama oba this time 4 years as Onwakasa say no president can change any economy within 4 years no. Onu Mahama obeye dembio. It tells us he doesn't even believe in his own self, because Onwakasa wakache and say as Omanpenino the biggest issue he had was to take decisions. Onwakasa to me now or not for decisions. In fact yes it is such a person be catch or say me but na be take decision say me be try licensure exam one. Now, do you have to trust the person?
But a person like me, me catch yourself time as well.
A person like you, catch him say me time as well. Now me see from Adjebro. Now me catch you say Mahama cannot be trusted. Mahama is not our alternative, and Mahama has nothing new to offer Ghanaians. But that was it.
Me so me da si papa chairman.
Me da si. Mesre say kasa bi wo ho a ye be fidie so a ye ka ye fran into makakra. We are referring to the former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, Tiha, a friend Opana. Me, when I meet you on set, I don't want to hear those things because you provoke me. And if you are not careful, make bibia fa unipa hwa the OTA no ebia on fano ahon grosso. Entimetrel. When you are referring to John Mahama, you know his name. I'm telling you, you are disrespectful, and I hate it. You better respect the man John Mahama.
Say we be politics now, we be easily provoked that. No,
yes, I'm a human being. I'm telling you that you are misbehaving. How do you call somebody opener? So do you know is that the name he has been given?
Will you be provoked because of that?
Nanaya. Hey. John Mahama on his tour. Waka enyama bebre. Osi oba poultry farmers. Obeshe womu eduma no mokena. Owiya or say cashew marketing board 20 manifesto na wum oba we make sure say omo edua cashew no ye benya board bi ti say cocoa board na ye be regulate prices na ma omo say na be ya amanfo emfa omo endi kwa. When it come to Nanaya abolition of the licensure examination where Mathieu teacher phobi kasa sitak for it means that themselves no they don't believe in the training they have provided to their students. You are a professional institution providing professional education to teachers omu wi a u certificate in ekuta omu ni de enye papa omu timi fa anye adwuma but unless they get licensure exam one of exams we don't even know who regulate it eja it's very simple who call the act no mo a act 778 no ka ye no section 13 it state there that licensing and registration of teachers one can say licensure examination go and Google go to graphic online 2016 September 21st they started the implementation through one Dr. Let me get the name for you the name is Dr. Augustine Tewia Onunoye acting inspectorate national they started it that was not the model Nipana konya certificate as a professional teacher waba we are registering them to monitor their activities to ensure say whatever they have done in the classroom no they are exhibiting it attending classes no absenteeism and providing them with continuous professional education so that they will be up to speed with the changes in our education. Ukoye one of exams in Manipana, does it reflect in the changes in the education system that we have? No. The fact of the matter is that idea nanado ye send ye beya who failure or employ you because it's not ready to employ you. Until the backlog of teachers are more certificate. Here UCC. Mimbisa teachers or muninam Ghana ha or more call retirement. Wamuchro licensure exams. Enya UCC in the training womu. Enya winning by the training womu. Enya training colleges across the country the training womu. Couldn't they deliver? They were able to deliver. Eti dia no mu ka kire say it's only licensure examination and prove say obi a quality teacher. Any omunyai no certificate go and write and pass and go to the classroom.
But say licensure am na buy.
No. It's a law and the law is saying that it's not licensure exams so licensing and registration of teachers go and read the act section 13 of the act 778 the law didn't say licensure exams.
You can't just pick one out of it and say that
it's session by session the session say registry it didn't say licensure exams. Those who are talking the teachers who are talking they should go and read the act.
So how are you going to give them the license?
That is why I'm saying say teacher who qualify Accra Training College who have 4 year ukuta u degree UCC ukuta u degree ni ade oba ye be fa wo classroom ye fa wa we are licensing you in accordance with the regulation of the teaching practice and after licensing you we are going to manage you with the performance indicators.
How are you licensing me?
Eja yafao who a teacher licensing somebody doesn't mean you are going to organize the exam for the person to pass before you license the person. That is what the act is saying. Let us go and look at the act. Nothing like a licensure exam. It's a dubious way to relegate students who have suffered 4 years, qualified, graduated, to go and earn money. Nanado and Dr. Baumia will tell you that go and write exams that we don't know who is marking, we don't know who is organizing that professional exam. And one is the cultural, who failure and one in the art. Wamu people teachers, our munkuta certificate, you know. Act in 3 years to go through rudiment of education to get the certificate. All these things you are not thinking about it, but rather go and write exams and come and pass. And so I fear for some of the principals of the training college who are saying that it has come to stay. I'm asking them, Omuchro professional teacher exams at Romutimi it's a call and if you have the will to do it with the support of the government and this time professional development every 3 months ebimu ko IT ebimu ko science ebimu ko mathematics we bring them out to speed with the changes in the syllabus that they are operating. This is what we are talking about, not an exams.
Uncle Thompson.
If you say Mekan baby, medicine, who medicine? Who was 7 years? You have another 2 years.
Teacher for teaching practice. They go for teaching practice 1 year. Wamuye national service.
Obiako basic.
Nana only say teacher for wamuye national service.
First, second, third.
Wamuye training practice. Write it down. Don't compare the teacher 4 years to the doctor 8 years.
Why should I compare?
You cannot compare.
Every profession.
Every degree is a degree. You can enter the employment. If you want to go and do further education, you go and do your masters in education and become your doctor. You cannot say
this is a discipline.
Say the 4 years, you are going to. Because what you are talking about is another year.
Cardinal.
You cannot compare doctors to teacher.
SHS. We call SHS 1 way exam. SHS 2 way exam. SHS 3 way exam. We rear. Yebemo wasi mebwa. Sa na we call JHS. We rear. We have JHS 1, 2, 3 exams. Yebemo BCE. In that same vein, we call your accounting and BBA. Every professional AE, they examine you at the end of it all. No. It is a way of strengthening your system and making sure that
oh. You should be very disciplined when we are talking.
Chairman.
No, you should be very disciplined.
You should be very disciplined.
And 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. How many minutes?
Wait, beside me question. It's one man answer.
No, Miss Media come now.
It's a train of beside question. I know one man answer.
It's
a non-regulated program. When this is for? On by punition, the act of arrogance or chair what has said.
Arrogant.
I've got to go.
Best mark Abobia Ite chairman. I was always on NDC. Alfred Kojo Thompson, former deputy managing director, National Investment Bank, member of the MPP's communication team. Madam Asia Numbre, Sarami production team, Patricia Sefa Fisher, Elizabeth Jim, Prince Bafo Asamoah Asel, Henry Kwesi Minka, Samuel Apia, and Afi Man Sadat. Omna Shishe, Namedi Hunchame. The Radiasum Jamunina, who Husi, Yamea Duma Ukuada, Yavesensia, Naya to Asum, Mediasum Gijao, Macron.